Integrating Chat GPT or any GPT-based model directly into a Java application requires some additional steps. Here's a general overview of the process. Choose a GPT model. Decide which GPT model you want to integrate into your Java application. You can use either OpenAI's GPT-2 or GPT-3 models. Set up an API. GPT models are typically accessed via an API provided by OpenAI or other platforms. You'll need to set up an API key and understand the API documentation for interacting with the model. HTTP requests. In Java, you can make HTTP requests to communicate with the API. You can use libraries like Apache HTTP Client or OKHTTP to send requests and receive responses. Request formatting. Construct the request payload according to the API specifications. Typically, you'll pass a prompt or a series of messages to the model, along with any other relevant parameters such as the maximum response length or temperature for controlling the output randomness. Send the request. Use the HTTP client to send the request to the API endpoint, including the necessary headers and authentication with your API key. Process the response. Once you receive the API response, parse and extract the desired information. The response will contain the generated text or other relevant data based on your input. Handle errors. Implement error handling logic to handle cases where the API request fails or returns an error. This can include handling network errors, rate limits, or any other specific error responses from the API. Iterate and refine. As you integrate the GPT model into your Java application, you may need to iterate and refine your implementation based on the specific requirements of your project. It's important to review and follow the API documentation and guidelines provided by the GPT model's provider to ensure proper usage and compliance with any usage limits or terms of service. Note that the specific implementation details may vary depending on the API and libraries you choose to work with.